like my first time that I caught fire. Just stay with me, lay with me now. Never caught my breath. Every second I'm without you, I'm a mess. Ever know each other? Trust these words are stones. White cats are eating. Learning how to love, I'm melting in your eyes. I lost my place, could stay a while, and I'm melting in your eyes like my first time that I caught fire. Just stay with me, lay with me, lay with me, lay with me now. You can stay and watch me fall, and of course I'll ask for help. Just stay with me now. We can take our hands, I'll stay in bed, just make love, that's all. Just stay with me now. I'm melting in your eyes. I lost my place, could stay a while, and I'm melting in your eyes like my first time that I caught fire. Just stay with me, lay with me in your eyes. I lost my place, could stay a while, and I'm melting in your eyes like my first time that I caught fire. Just stay with me, lay with me. Let's sleep till the sun burns out. I'm melting in your eyes. Let's sleep till the sun burns out. I'm melting in your eyes. This poison's my intoxication. I broke the needle off in my skin. Pick the scabs and pick the bleeding, and assume that it was all in vain. Positive scab that's never healing. Just hit me in the face. A burning bridge that's so misleading. Poison's more potent now with the pain. Let it bleed. Take the red for what it's worth. Whoa. Watch the fire. Fill your lungs with smoke for the last time. You feel like dying, you might wanna sing. The fire department couldn't drown the city. They didn't even try to wash it clean. And what did you think, that I was sober? And throw me out 'cause I'm a fucking fire. A positive scab that's never healing. Crap that I kept this clean. The most that I could do for you is keep on lying. Stop lying if you can let it sing. Let it bleed. Take the red for what it's worth. Whoa. Watch the fire. Fill your lungs with smoke for the last time. You feel like dying, you might wanna say. You might wanna sing. You might wanna sing. You might wanna sing. Sing. You might wanna sing. You might wanna sing. me so deep that it didn't even bleed and catch me. I need something else. Would someone please just give me, hit me, and knock me out and let me go back to sleep. I can't laugh all I want inside. I still am empty, so deep that it didn't even bleed and catch me. I'll be just fine, pretending I'm not. I'm far from lonely, and it's all that I've got. I'll be just fine, pretending I'm not. I'm far from lonely, and it's all that I've got. I guess I remember every glance you shot me. Unharmed, I'm losing weight in somebody's heat. Eyes closed so hard, I stopped your heart from beating so deep that I didn't even scream. Fuck me. I'll be just fine, pretending I'm not. I'm far from lonely, and it's all that I've got. I'll be just fine, pretending I'm not. I'm far from lonely, and it's all that I've got. Yeah, it's all that I've got. Yeah, it's all that I've got. 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 So deep that it didn't.
Whoa. What the fuck? I was looking at it too. I was just saying that I flashbanged myself when I looked at myself with like, no, my beard is like all messed up. You can hear my air conditioner. Yeah, it's so fucking hot. And my air conditioner is actually broken. So you could probably also hear, like, there's a couple of things that are fucked. My air conditioning, I think, possible that I'm out of Freon, maybe. So I don't know if it should sound better now. Yeah, I just turned down. It's a fan. I just turned it down a little bit. I can just turn the music up, but I don't know. It might be a PC fan. So the computer back there, which is what we're running on, right? Boop, 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 boop. Why am I so bad at like I know it's over there. This guy is kind of recently has been running really, really hot. And I suspect that either my CPU paste is dried out and not working anymore, or the AIO water cooling, the water cooler for the CPU is not working. That's what I'm thinking. So I need to open it up and I'm going to try to just reapply some paste. I got to buy some paste. And hopefully that's fine. I don't want to buy a computer. I don't want to buy a PC anytime soon because the prices are so crazy. It would be nice if there is, if there would be a time where I could it would be nice if there was an opportunity for me to buy a new computer, maybe when the bubble bursts, but right now it's too expensive, so. Hopefully it sounds better. I have a fan. I have a fan in my room as well because it's just really hot. I'm in a. Would this be a north-facing room? Where's the sun? The sun is like over here. The sun's like kind of. The sun rises like in this direction. That's what the sun rises in the east. Hopefully, I never get lost in the woods. But the sun comes up here and goes that way. And I have a window here. And so it just is like always in the sun. Did you have a fringe? Oh, like the little. There was a time. I was never like a MySpace scene kid. Way too fucking cool for that, and I was not young enough to. Not young enough to like get anywhere near that. But I unironically love like emo and screamo music. I probably like screamo more than anything, but every kid has an embarrassing phase. Like regardless of what the phase was, every kid's had like an embarrassing phase. Like we've all, whatever it is. Like it was more punk for me. In like the late 90s. So I like dyed my hair and I had like spiky hair and shit like that. That was my more embarrassing phase. As I got a little bit older in uni, I and that was, I guess, my emo phase in like 2006 or 7 or something like that. I do know SLC Punk. Good movie. Don't remember it. I mean, I remember watching it a long time ago. I don't remember it as much anymore, but I don't have Facebook anymore, so I don't have any photos from then, but let me see if I can find some photos. Let's see if my Google Photos has stuff from like. I mean, it is really interesting to see like younger photos of me for sure. I definitely look younger. No, I don't have in my Google Photos. I don't have anything from older than 2011. I'm sure I have them somewhere on a hard drive somewhere. But no, all the photos are short hair photos. There are no kids here. No, I am definitely not a kid anymore. Remember, like, oh no, you can't see. Remember, like, back in the old days, back in the olden times when, like, you would have your ID, like, generates boilerplate? Doesn't that feel, like, so rudimentary to, like, click around on, like, a bunch of buttons to, like, generate code when you could just ask an LLM nowadays? Awesome to hear about the game. Dialogue, shop codes, and my other projects, so it'll be easier to just copy paste them, but I haven't opened Unity the last couple of days. Meter level strategy. This is has no state, it's identical to the word level, and it's probably the most simplest one. That's why it wants me to start first. Draw a word at center. Get next word. Sorry, if you guys are joining, if you guys don't remember, I am refactoring that large word manager into a strategy pattern so that I'm able to simplify the well, simplify. I'm able to get rid of a bunch of that branching if-else logic in the word manager class. So that's easier to like add and understand where to add things to the game. So set up level, it draws word at center, get next word. Get next word does that. This takes a parameter, so draw next word, draw at center. And then on word completed, we are going to do very simple, see the level manager word completed. And then in our strategies, we're going to register. So strategies dot level manager game level. Meter level strategy. This. Pass it the context. All right, I do feel like kind of a butt for not coming on the stream earlier. I am hoping that next week I'm going to have a little bit more time to get in earlier. My son is not here, so I'm hoping that I could like wake up early, just jump on stream and get shit done. So hopefully we have a couple of better and longer streams ahead of us. Hopefully I can finish this refactor before doing that, because this is like not the most fun to watch me kind of read a document and then go and do this work. So if we go to handle next word, I'm basically able to delete so let's see. Capability wiring none. Meter has no event hooks. Delete from legacy dispatch. Handle next word. Trim the condition from if level manager is word level or is meter level down to just is word level, so I can get rid of all the meter level stuff. So I could just get rid of this, I guess. And if I go to reset for new level, where is if bridge word and current words? If I don't want the special word object to be first, okay, level manager is word level. Is sentence level. If current strategy is null. Get and set next word. If is meter level. Okay, so I'll remove that or a meter level. Okay, so that should be the meter level strategy. And then we should be able to test it and everything should work. So not demo, we'll go debug mode. Let's go level. Let's open our scene. And let's just verify that it is working. Do you ever check Hacker News? There's a really interesting article on there right now called The Half-Baked Product. I do. Okay, seems like it worked. Okay, cool. I'm getting a bunch of errors. Don't know what is that. Okay, so there's an ad starting in 30 seconds. Good opportunity to remind you that if you have your Twitch Prime, don't let it go to waste. Don't let Jeff Bezos keep that money in his pocket. Fuck that guy. Fuck the billionaire class. Give me your Twitch Prime. I'll take that money. I'll buy coffee with it. Or don't give it to me, but give it to someone. And then you don't have ads. But seriously, fuck that guy. Okay, I'm curious about this bug. I am not going to work on the bug. I'm going to throw it into Claude Code. Refactor. Give it the branch. I'll throw it to Claude Code to like figure out what it is. And then I'll remove that context from my brain while it works and creates a doc for me, and I will go back to this. Hacker News. What's going on in Hacker News? The half-baked product. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I don't mind reading through this. So, first of all, who is Welly? Before we dive into it, like, who is this guy? I'm Gerard. Oh. This is my blog where I write about startups, product engineering. You can find me on LinkedIn or GitHub. The question is, who is he and why is he allowed to give an opinion? Do I seriously need to fucking sign in to see his experience? That is nuts. Let's check his GitHub. What's Bear Cub? Okay. I don't know. It's no idea. I don't know, but it rings true. It's just fiction. Wait, what?
Small, simple, safe price.
Do I read the comments first?
All of my regrets. This is not a small cut that scabs and dries and flakes and heals.
Oh.
I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to bleed and fuck and fight. I want the pain of payment. What's left but a section of pygmy-sized cuts, much like a slew of 1,000
Okay.
unwanted fucks.
The founder, half-baked product, the founder. A freshly minted founder decides to get into the oven business. He can't bake a cake or knead bread, but he knows the kitchen appliance market inside and out. Okay, hold on. I'm not going to be able to, like, read with music that's talking in my ear. Okay. The founder, a freshly minted founder, decides to get into the oven business. He can't bake a cake or knead bread, but he knows the kitchen appliance market inside and out. He's analyzed every business in Spain and reached a conclusion. If he sells a new oven to the country's pizza makers, pastry chefs, and bakers, he only needs to capture 10% of the market to become a billionaire. They're still singing in my ears. Sorry, guys. Okay. 10% always looks small when you type it into an Excel spreadsheet. The founder is very good. He builds a plan that, on paper, is flawless and airtight. Manufacture a more efficient oven using new technology. Sure. Manufacture a more efficient oven using new technology. Is that the business plan? Surely there's more to the business plan than that, right? Selling it is easy. Want to work more efficiently? Buy our oven. End of pitch. The founder has experience talking to investors and raises enough money to build an MVP. Cool. So I guess like this is like, what's the analogy to software development, right? It's like, hey, I have a note-taking tool, but it's better. It does it faster. And so, you know, you can buy my note-taking tool, buy Notion. It's way better than Google Docs. The engineer. The founder looks for someone who knows how to build ovens and finds an engineer from a prestigious school. The engineer has spent 10 years building ovens and knows how to make one. More than that, he's the kind of person who spends all day talking and arguing about ovens. He goes to oven conferences. When he gets home at night, he argues for hours on Italian forums about which type of oven is best. The Italian forums are, to him, the ultimate source of oven truth, aka our Hacker News. He's tired of building ovens at corporate oven. 10 years making the same oven he's told to make. He wants the freedom to build his own. The founder offers him 20% of the company and total freedom to build the perfect oven. The salary isn't great, but there's the promise. If things go well, someday he could be a millionaire. And something more important than money, He'll finally get to build the oven of his dreams. He signs. Ooh, the dreaded MVP. With little money and lots of enthusiasm, they build an MVP. 2 months later, it's done. It's a functional oven and, more importantly, it has one improvement over traditional ovens. You input the amount of flour, yeast, and water, and the oven automatically knows when to stop for a perfect bake. In theory. In practice, it doesn't work very well, but it's good enough for an MVP. They go to market and sell 5 prototypes. 2 bakers the founder knows, the engineer's mother who bakes cakes, and 2 oven enthusiasts who buy it out of curiosity. Yeah, that's not great product market fit if you're just selling to people that you know. The feedback is unanimous. My bread came out burnt. The cake was raw. Every single pizza burns. But all things considered, it's positive. A third of the time, the prototype worked and and produced the perfect cake, bread, or pizza. This is just a prototype. Imagine when we ship the real product. Trust us. And with that, the founder goes to see an old colleague who now works at a VC. In 2 months, we've built a prototype. We already have 5 customers, and it's very promising. We just need money to scale, build a better version, and sell to every bakery and pastry shop in Spain. Nobody asked whether the 5 customers would buy again. The founder is very good. He raises 5 million. Ovens Inc. is born. This is like the sentence here. Right, it's not product market fit if you're selling to friends. It's product market fit if people are actually buying it from in the wild, right? But this is like very much like, you know, if you are known in like in Silicon Valley, or if you have raised money before, it becomes super easy to raise more money. I mean, I know, so when my startup failed, I remember talking to a friend of one of my co-founders who had raised like another round of funding for another product that he was building. And at the time, he was building pretty much what is like a donut replacement. It was like an app that is a plugin to Slack, which was like, hey, it remembers employees' birthdays and it sets coffee, like random coffee chats up, and it like is like a internal social media app. And I'm like, oh my God, like this guy raised millions of dollars for this. But he was like ex LinkedIn, and he also had sold, I think, his first startup, and so he was like known, and he was just burning through investor money. It was fucking crazy. And pretty much like we were one of his first customers because he knew my co-founder, and that probably looked great because, you know, we were using it out of a little bit of obligation. And conversely, he was using our application. And so it was like, you know, we were each other's users in like this deal. But again, that's not product market fit. Like, I don't know if like when we went away, did they really care? I had one customer and they were kind of friends as well. But they were like the only customer that I had that I think the product was sticky and they understood what we were building. And I think that they were probably the only people that were sad when we shut the servers down. Okay, Forum of the Bakers. They start improving the prototype. The engineer realizes something. Building an algorithm that calculates baking time for cakes, pizzas, and bread is quite a bit more complex than it looked. Every dough is in its own universe. They need to hire more engineers. The engineer knows exactly where to look. On the Italian forums, there are 2 users he spent years arguing with about convection and refractory stone, Mario and Luigi. He's never met them in person, but he knows their opinions on ovens better than his own family. He offers them the same deal he got: low salary, lots of freedom, the perfect oven. They sign. Meanwhile, the founder needs to sell ovens, but Facebook and Instagram ads get no traction. Turns out nobody buys a €15,000 industrial oven because it's popped up on their stories. So he hires a legendary sales team, the best salespeople in all of Spain. People who have never sold ovens, who know nothing about ovens, but who are hungry to sell and very excited about the company. At first it goes badly. Few people want a new oven. They're happy with the one they have. Why switch? Most small businesses don't care about a 15% efficiency gain. The risk of switching is too high. If Juan's bakery swaps ovens and the new one fails, Juan loses his customers and shuts down. For Juan, efficiency is optional. Tomorrow's bread is not. Better to stick with the old oven, even if it's worse on paper. He'd only switch if Manilo's bakery across the street started selling cheaper bread thanks to a more efficient oven, and he had no choice. But Manilo thinks exactly the same as Juan. So nobody moves. Perfect equilibrium. Economists have a name for this. Juan and Manilo call it common sense. Big businesses are another story. For them, 15% efficiency means millions saved every year. And one salesperson manages to make contact with Pepe Pizza. This is also true. Although I think in software, I don't know, like in software, like the cost is like not as, although this is like, this might be a good analogy to our business and how we are able to sell to enterprise versus selling to smaller companies. Meanwhile, over in engineering, things aren't going any better. The algorithm is unstable. They've gotten the failure rate down from 2/3 to 1/3. But each point of improvement costs twice as much as the last. And then comes the uncomfortable discovery. If the oven only does 2 of the 3 things, bread, cakes, or pizza, the algorithm fails just 5% of the time. The engineer brings the proposal to the founder. Let's sacrifice one market and have a product that works. Ooh, the founder gets angry. He promised VCs 10% of Spain's oven market, the entire market. We can't sacrifice any of them. Oh no, it's not just greed. The 5 million was raised with the entire market on the slide. The founder isn't choosing between right and wrong. He's choosing which promise to break. The engineer goes back to his desk with the 3 doughs and his 33% failure rate. Yeah, I feel like you could break the problem. Anyways, Mallorca, back to sales. There's contact with Pepe Pizza, but enterprise deals don't close over email. The founder flies to Pepe Pizza headquarters and meets the owner. They hit it off. They hit it off so well, they go to Mallorca together. Nobody knows what was discussed there. What's known is that when they come back, there's a deal. Nobody has tried the oven yet. No need. Enterprise sales isn't about ovens. The handshake comes first. The requirements come later. And they come. Pepe Pizza's operations team sends the list to sales. Their kitchens are custom built, so they need ovens with specific dimensions. Oh, and a rotating base like the one they already have. Sales replies, no problem. Of course. This is going to piss off the engineers. This always happens. We're going through this right now as well. The founder is euphoric. Pepe Pizza wants to buy an initial batch of 500 ovens. 500! That's more revenue than everything since they started. Of course, for Pepe Pizza, it's a small pilot. A trial in a few locations before deciding everything. For Ovens Inc., it's betting the entire company. Engineer, we need 500 ovens for Pepe Pizza. They want specific dimensions and a base that spins. Let's make it happen. The engineer doesn't faint only because he's already sitting down. The algorithm barely works for pizza. The mold dimensions have spent 5 months being optimized in CAD for the standard size, and nobody ever has discussed rotating bases for on the Italian forums. If it's not on the Italian forums, does it even exist? The engineer opens the CAD file in front of the founder. He shows him why the new dimensions break the entire thermal design. The founder looks at the screen, looks at the blueprints, looks at the engineer. But this is just changing a number, right? We can't. Not until we fix the algorithm and redesign the inverter for the new sizes. That's 5 more months. The miracle, it's not 5 months. Hooray. After many lost weekends and entire nights running on Red Bull, in 3 weeks, there's a prototype for Pepe Pizza. Compromises were made. The algorithm still fails plenty, but at least the dimensions are right. The rotating base doesn't exist yet. Pepe Pizza is promised an add-on in a couple of months. Pepe Pizza says, that's fine. This is fucked. This is kind of fucked how kind of eerily similar this kind of feels to building like enterprise software in like a startup environment. We definitely went through a lot of this. Like the sales team is just super excited to sell something. You then go and build like something more custom than what you wanted to build for like that one customer. And again, this is not product market fit, right? If you are building something with product market fit, you don't have to build tons of customization for a customer, or because then you're building customization for all your customers, right? So they built this new oven that has this dimension. When they go and sell to like Pizza Hut, they're going to have to change the dimension and add something else. That doesn't work, right? That doesn't scale. But this is fun. Thanks for the share. I'm enjoying this. Okay. The candle button. Sales has had a revelation. If you sell the oven that exists, the candle button. Sales has had a revelation. If you sell the oven that exists today, you don't sell ovens. You have to sell the oven that will exist in 6 months. Promise features. It worked last time. They promised Pepe Pizza the impossible, and the team delivered in 3 weeks. What could go wrong? Well, that's the one thing. They should not have delivered in 3 weeks. Sales, of course, has no idea what happens after the contract is signed. The commission is paid at signing. Whatever comes next is another department's problem. That's another problem with sales and commission structures, because if the company loses money, they still get that commission. I think if you're building a sales organization, of course they're like paid off a commission, but there's got to be some incentive that the deals that they're signing is aligned with the business objectives, right? So if they sign something that loses us money because engineering had to spend 5 months to build something, they don't get commission. Though there's something so sales, of course, has no idea what happens after the contract is signed. The commission is paid at signing. Whatever comes next is another department's problem. Though there's something nobody in engineering wants to look at. Ovens Inc. doesn't live off selling ovens for now. It lives off raising rounds. This is true. And rounds are raised with projections, and projections are manufactured out of whatever sales promises. The no problem people are also the only life raft. And then the daily requests begin. A lot of our potential customers make birthday cakes. When they ask if we have special birthday cake features, we have to say no, and we lose them. Can we add this feature? The founder has no doubts. Last time a feature was requested, they estimated 5 months and did it in 3 weeks. And this is much easier. It's just a simple button that adds candles. The engineer is climbing the walls. The engineer is climbing the walls. They still haven't finished cleaning up the Pepe Pizza wreckage. This is absolutely not what people discuss on Italian forums. Adding a candle button is an insult to the state of the art, or rather, the state of the oven. But he caves, just this once. Sales sells 2 more ovens a month thanks to the new button, or so they believe. They have no way of checking whether they'd have sold them anyway without the button. It's also a good point. Sales teams without data. The second highest priority. Soon after, more feature requests arrive. By the way, they're adding all these new features. They've never fixed the 33% failure rate, which is crazy. They never made that the oven that's more efficient 100% of the time. The second highest priority. Yeah, you'll see. Okay. I mean, I'm just, it feels very, very obvious almost at this point based on experience. The second highest priority. Soon after, more feature requests arrive. My oven at home connects to the fireplace. Does yours? I make a lot of wedding cakes. What have you got for me? Do you have a Ramadan mode? They build all of them. Engineering stops trying to build a good oven and starts adding buttons and features. Nobody made that decision. It just happens one ticket at a time. And there's a detail everyone seems to ignore. Each button takes longer than the last. The candle button took 3 days, the fireplace one a week. The latest one took 3. It's not that the engineers are getting slower, it's that every new button has to coexist with all the previous buttons. Meanwhile, customers who buy the oven return it within a week. The reason? The bread and cake still burn 10% of the time. The MVP problem. The original one. The one from day one. Underneath the 12 new buttons sits the same algorithm from the very first day. And a baker who loses one out of every 10 batches is not consoled by the fact that the oven does candles. Correct. When a customer calls to cancel, support tries to retain them by offering what's available, the new button from the latest release. The baker whose bread keeps burning is offered Ramadan mode. The baker leaves anyways. It gets logged as feedback. Engineer has no time to stop and rethink their approach because stopping isn't in the backlog. And then the worst day arrives. Pepe Pizza calls. Where is the rotating base? The founder swallows hard. The ticket has been sitting in the Kanban board for a month and a half. It's not that nobody saw it. It's that every week something jumped ahead of it. The candle button, the fireplace thing, the Ramadan thing. The rotating base was always the second highest priority. The second highest priority never gets done. And so he answers with conviction, almost finished. This is also feels really, really true. Sometimes you kind of you're working on the thing that a customer, like you work on the thing of the loudest customer screaming at the time. Oh, this is giving me a bit of PTSD. Guys, these next 2 weeks, we're going to focus on the rotating base, says the founder. The team can't believe it. They've already said the rotating base was impossible. They already explained why. Besides, Mario has vacation planned, the vacation he has promised after the Pepe Pizza Crunch, and Luigi's performance has been slipping for weeks and nobody knows why. The engineer tries one more time. We can't do the rotating base right now. We need to refactor, consolidate, and add an abstraction layer for compartments and buttons. Otherwise, every new feature takes twice as long as the last. Also, Mario has vacation, and I'm not sure Luigi is in a good place to be asked for more. The founder nods. He gets it. He gets all of it. But this is a startup, and startups are built with blood and sweat. Everyone here has to sacrifice. You have 2 weeks. Living off the promise of that IPO. And he's not saying it from the couch. The founder takes the lowest salary in the company and hasn't had a vacation in 2 years. Mallorca was work. He's the first to live the speech. That is exactly the problem. Right, it's not like he's a jerk, but it's definitely not a sustainable culture. When everything is urgent, nothing is. This is, like I say this all the time at work. If everything's a blocker, nothing's a blocker. If everything's urgent, nothing's urgent. If everything is if everything's like a bug, they're like, what's a feature or an enhancement? There's a new crunch, this time with less enthusiasm and less passion. The first one was an epic feat. This one is paperwork. Mario cancels his vacation. Luigi keeps showing up. Nobody asks how he's doing. 2 weeks later, the result. A rotating base that requires 3 special button combinations. It's incompatible with every other mode. But it's not like nobody tested it. It gets installed at Pepe Pizza. Pepe Pizza's response? It doesn't rotate clockwise. We're going with corporate oven. The team, devastated. They just lost their most important customer. Nobody in product ever communicated that it had to rotate clockwise. Somewhere between sales, the founder, and the backlog, the single most important requirement of the project simply never existed. And the worst part isn't losing Pepe Pizza. The worst part is that changes made for the rotating base will haunt the oven's design until the end of time. The customer leaves now, the rotating base stays forever. Surely they could refactor it out, but they'll never get time to take it out, so. No blockers. A month later, Mario leaves the company. He's not going to a competitor and he hasn't found anything better. He leaves because it's the only way he can see. He leaves because it's the only way he can see to get a vacation. In the retro, it gets written down as a learning. Luigi stays. He now maintains the candle button. It's his specialty, they say. Nobody remembers who decided that, but it's his specialty. He keeps showing up every day, keeps doing his work. On the Italian forums, people ask why Luigi hasn't posted in 5 months. In stand-up, he says no blockers, and everyone moves on to the next person. Luigi's gonna fucking jump off a bridge. Luigi silently quit. Luigi is just doing his thing, and doesn't give a fuck. And one day he will leave too. He's just dead inside, exactly. He shows up, probably silently quit. Epilogue. 6 months later. Ovens Inc. is still alive, technically. There's money for 8 more months and a new version of the pitch deck where the word oven no longer appears. It's now an intelligent baking platform, probably with AI. The engineer left in March. He didn't slam the door or write a viral thread about his experience. One day he simply stopped arguing in meetings. A month later he stopped showing up, and his farewell was a 3-line email. Nobody has touched his code since. Nobody dares. The founder has it all figured out. The problem was never the plan. The problem was the execution. He needs another engineer. It's not the problem. And he finds one. Young, graduated from a prestigious school, has spent years building ovens at Corporate Oven, and he's tired. More than that, he's the kind of person who spends all day talking and arguing about ovens. He goes to oven conferences. When he gets home at night, he argues for hours on Italian oven forums about which type of oven is best. On the forum, an old user warns, make sure that you support rotating bases day one. The young engineer laughs. Who uses rotating bases in an oven? The founder offers him 5% of the company. It can't be 20 anymore. There's been dilution, founding round stuff. It's complicated. But the salary doesn't matter because he's offering the important thing. Total freedom to build the perfect oven. The kid smiles. He signs. Oof. Oof, a lot of that rings true. A lot of that rings really, really true. So, I mean, the backlog is the real thing. When everything is urgent, nothing is like, that's real. That feels like real life. And I'm sure that feels like real life for a lot of people. I think the no blockers part too is also real. Like, I know that I went through this. I went through this at my startup. Kind of in the end, me and my co-founder were not getting along very well, and I kind of saw the writing on the wall. We were trying to raise funding, and like, I just knew it wasn't going to work. It wasn't the right time, and it wasn't the right team. I think it was the right idea. I mean, it's clearly the right idea because we built an app that got Sherlocked by Zoom. Like, Zoom does this now, or Zoom started doing it even before we left the space. But I definitely started just like, hey, like, I was like, like I'm kind of done here. And I just stopped arguing, right? It's a little bit of that silent quitting. You know, in this case, I didn't leave. I was the last one to turn the lights off. Unfortunately, everyone, including my co-founder, were off the payroll before I killed the servers, but definitely felt that. I'm trying to think. I mean, the sales thing is real too. Salespeople are really good at selling things, and they're really good at making promises. I think the trap there for startups is that first sale is so exciting for the business. You are like, holy shit, like, we need money, we need users, we need to make money. It looks good in the pitch deck. And you'll bend over backwards to get those users and to make that first couple of sales. But it ends up fucking you. It like fucks you so hard, because if you're making a ton of promises, you haven't built something that's going to really truly scale in the market like you want. Because the next one, and the next one, and the next one is like a new feature, a new feature, a new feature. And then you never actually solve the problem that you came out to solve in the first part, was like building something truly better in the marketplace that people actually want to buy based on what's built, not based on promises. And so I think that's like probably the biggest takeaway here is, if you are going to build a startup, even if it's a small app, if you're just chasing customers, and to close those deals to get customers, you have a long list of requirements and customizations for each one of those customers, it's not going to last. They're going to leave eventually, and you're not going to build a product that really resonates in the market. So I think that's the most general advice I would give for anyone is you want to take want to take the feedback, you want to take the advice, you want to do research in the market and fine tune what you're building, but you cannot build individual customizations for each user. You have to build something that every user that you have wants to use. And that's how you're going to get real true product market fit. And I guess like selling to your friends is kind of cool because you get some cash and whatever, but it's when you're not selling to friends is when you could actually feel like you have real product market fit. Your friends are obviously doing you a solid by either trying your thing or buying your thing. So this is really good. Thank you for sharing. This is awesome. I'm going to share this with some folks that I know as well. I'm way over time. I got to get the F out of here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for sharing. I did a little bit, which is good. So I'm happy to have been here. But I am going to go. I got to get to work. Who are we going to raid? What's our raid message? Our raid message is maybe, hey, I need a spinning oven. Can you build a spinning oven? Pugs? Oh, I haven't been to Mad Trippy in a bit. Let's go to Mad Trippy. Let's go say hi. With the candle button, yes. Spinning pizza oven with the candle button. All right, Parabender, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate your support. Appreciate you chilling. Carduk, thank you for lurking. Appreciate you. I'm hoping on Monday when we come back, I'll get to see more of your game. It is looking nice. It is. It's coming along. He's almost done. Okay, well, let's go say hi. Have a good rest of your day. Bye now.